Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetnews.com, and today we have Mr. Amit Gujral with us. He's the marketing head for LG India for mobile devices, and we are going to ask some questions from him, especially around the current product strategy of LG when it comes to smartphones and other devices like G-Pad as well. So let's start this interview. Hello sir, welcome.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thanks for having me once again on your channel.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. So the first question is around the LG G2. LG G2 has been made available in the market recently, and the 4G version again I'm talking about.
That's right.
So when it comes to that particular phone, what is something which actually excites us after the launch event? Like what kind of overall response you see after launching the 4G version of LG G2, which is already a very popular phone and very much liked by the people out there.
That's right. Abhishek, I think you quoted the reason for us to bring the first ever Android 4G phone in the country being G2. And G2, as we already know, one of the world's most famous phones. It has been doing good across the globe, and people like you world over have been rated that G2 is the number one smartphone of 2013. So when the reason was that India as a country is ready for experiencing 4G, the latest technology in mobile communication, we wanted to come back to customers and say, hey guys, you have the best in the country, best in the world to experience 4G, and that's G2 for you. Right now what's happening is Bangalore is the only city where Airtel has commercialized the mobility basically on smartphone for 4G, wherein you can have a SIM on which you can talk as well over 3G, 2G, and you can use data over 4G. That kind of technology is available right now only in Bangalore, in Airtel. Airtel announced the service, we backed up to our customers and say, here we come with the first ever Android on 4G with G2. And it's been fairly successful as of now, but a lot more to go because the technology is very new. People are really trying to embrace the technology. So with time, as the network evolves, I'm very sure there's going to be a lot more takers of 4G as a technology. And pretty soon, I think, operators will be gearing up to roll out the services pan-India.
Okay. So let's talk about the current products which are recently available in the market. For example, the LG L70 Dual, L90 Dual. So these devices are coming with KitKat preloaded, I guess.
Yes.
If I'm correct. So with these devices, what kind of response you see from the people out there, especially when you launch these phones in the budget segment with latest version of Android? Or is there anything else which people like about these phones? If you can tell us.
See, the expectations from LG, I think, have been really on the rise once we started our flagship called G series. G being the world's fastest phone in its era, backed up with G2, where the world knows what G2 is all about, coming up with the world's first innovative curve flexible phone G Flex, right? So we wanted to go to mass and say that don't compromise on any user experiences. We'll get you all the user experiences of flagships right there in the budget phones, so-called mid-tier segment phones, which is L90 and L70. As you know, L90 is 16,999 and L70 is 13,999. With the amazing features of G2, all available on your L90 and L70. For example, we give to the world what is called knock code or knock on. You just double tap and the phone comes alive, right? We went ahead, we again learned from people and say that even with knock on, people really don't have the courage to really leave their phones so open. I still don't want my people to look into my WhatsApp, my messages, my videos. So we all have a habit of securing our phones, either with pattern locks or with numeric locks. So we went ahead and brought the concept called knock code. I'll just show you how simple knock code is. For example, this is my L90 phone. And if I had to say, Abhishek, you unlock my phone, the normal habit you will try is, you will try to, because you know it is LG phone, you try to do knock on. Nothing happening here. I'll say, Abhishek, try more, right? You might just see that you have seen somewhere in some videos, you try fingering here and there. But I have a secret code here, which is again invisible. And my code is as simple as that. And here the phone comes up. And This code goes anywhere on the screen. I'm not saying do it only here, do it right now here, the phone will come up. As simple as that.
Okay.
So that's knock code. Available right now on L90, L70, the most secure, most convenient with a single hand operation. And I think easily we can say next to impossible to copy.
Okay.
Your very popular G2 user experience called guest mode, once again available on L90, L70. We talk about quick remote, wherein you can control any of your devices, television, refrigerators, washing machine, DVD players, projectors. What we brought to the world with G2 and G2 Lite, quick remote comes to the L90. So a whole lot of high-end premium features available now on L90 and L70.
Okay.
So that's our kind of offering to our mass tier consumer segment.
Okay, so with this kind of a code, what I saw over there was knocking on the phone.
Yes.
So is there any limit, minimum amount of knock which you need to do? Like, is the 4 is the limit, or to
Two is
what
the
extent?
limit.
Okay, 2 is the
Just
limit.
2 knocks is the limit,
Okay.
minimum, wherein you can compose from 2 to 8 digits code of your choice. So the combinations are roughly more than 86,000 possible chances you have
Okay.
to set your codes.
So that actually makes it very secure.
Yes, indeed,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so apart from this, if we talk about the other device which I saw at the Mobile World Congress 2014 at the LG booth, that is the LG G Pro 2, and I think that device is much awaited in Indian market as well.
That's right.
So especially for our portal, for our readers, for our viewers who are actually very much interested in that device as well, which is a pretty good phablet form factor kind of a device, when we can expect to see that coming to India at least?
I think people, those who have heard or read about G Pro 2, they must be really very anxious to see that hand in their devices. The reason being, G Pro 2 has one of the rarest and best possible cameras available on smartphones. Work is on your portal. I can convey that work is on for G Pro 2 to bring to India. As I have been mentioning earlier also, we don't believe in box imports. We definitely have that phone being tested now across India to fit all India operators, and I think it's a couple of weeks away when we will see G Pro 2 in India.
Okay, that's great. So especially we have seen a great camera on G Pro 2 as well. When it comes to G2, maybe we will definitely expect a successor of that as well coming to Indian market in some time. As of now, it is already available in the market, and it is a very good device which people like a lot. So especially the next device, we saw a lot of innovation happening on the G2, that the placement of the buttons and the volume rocker, they all move to the back, and again the phone become much slimmer.
That's right.
And the build quality was also good even when it was a plastic phone.
Thank you.
So apart from all this, is there any room of innovation left for the next version of this phone, which might be called G3 or something else? I don't know, but if you can tell something about it.
Sure. See, when it comes to a word called innovation, innovations are directly proportional to consumer needs. So if our needs stop, innovations shall stop. So at LG, it's a very part of our DNA to really look and hear the needs, and that's how the whole concept about the rear key came about in G2. What I think the world has recognized very well. That's how the concept called knock on, the knock code, it's all dealt with consumer needs, right? Yes, there will be lot more innovations from LG. There will be series of devices, why only one? We would love to have the success of G2 repeated time and again. So I can only assure your viewers that definitely if we can bring alive in a mid-segment all the high-end premium user experiences on a mid-segment devices, we can expect a lot more in our premium lineup, which is in the pipeline. I can't comment on when it is going to be realized, because it's not easy to really say innovate which is serving the need. We don't create any technological gimmicks to say that we have innovated. So it involves a lot of consumer study, not only country A or B, it's across the globe. So it takes a slight more time and effort. But when the end result, I think we would love to succeed over G2, and surely it's going to come sometime next.
So when we talk about the needs of the people, do you see that people do need a fingerprint sensor itself on a phone, on an LG phone in future, which they would like to use for certain things, for example, launching camera, unlocking phone, or doing anything else? So do you see that need as well?
The need of fingerprint scan is related with two things. Number first thing was, as I told you, one of the security mechanism used was fingerprint scan, away from your patterns, your digits, your face unlocking, right? But fingerprint scan unlock itself has its own limitations. For example, it can be, probability is 1 on 50,000 times it is copied or duplicated. Or when you have greasy fingers, you are having food or ice cream, something like that, your fingers are greasy, you can't unlock the phone if the phone supports only fingerprint scan. Second thing, the index finger is the most active and most used finger when operating on a mobile phone. Most, the thumb and the index finger, right? So all of us are learning, and the need to operate with the finger, the volume or the camera or the next thing, we already saw in G2. I would love to say the work is on to bring alive much more better use, further use of fingerprint or index finger, and we are working on that.
With the fingerprint sensor. Okay, that's great. That's great. So apart from that, especially when it comes to the current portfolio which you have, I have seen, you can say, as per the reports which we have got, as per the information which we have, the smartphone shipments, when it comes to the numbers, especially which starts from the price of 25k to 35k. In India, especially for all the players out there, has considerably gone down to an extent, not completely gone down, but they have seen a drop. So as of now, if I have the figures correct, the current market which is booming is the price segment of 12,000 rupees to 20,000 rupees. That is something where you can actually achieve volumes as of now. So what would you like to say about this, how it has been for LG, especially talking about the price segment of 12 to 20k, as well as the price segment of 25 to 35k selling a phone?
Sure. See, I have said in the past as well that India is the most classical market where we have the maximum price segments. This is a market where sub 5k also is a huge chunk. 5 to 10k, if you want to bracket, gives you immense possibilities of devices, right? So the bracket here gets divided into every 5k price point, typically, which is not the case in many countries out of India. For LG, the 10 to 15k slot has been highly performing well for us once we start our L series. We get to the world L series 1, pretty phenomenal for success. We brought L series 2. Repeating the success, we have L series 3. The biggest difference in L series 3 from its previous L series versions, as I just told you, the entire high-end phenomena of user experience gets packed into this segment. The kind of design elements used here, metal accents, if you just closely watch the phone, the L90, L70, it used to be a phenomenon of 20k and above price points. So we have brought everything into this. And such a small beauty here, if you just see, it's 4.7 inches device. With the kind of technology we have with us in terms of display, without wasting any bezel, you could pack a large thing comfortably fitting into your hand. The battery is the largest in the segment, thanks to our proprietary SIO technology, right? So that very segment for us has been really doing phenomenally well. Coming to 20 to 30k price point, I think the world has seen Nexus 5. That's again an LG product in collaboration with Google, right? I just go a step above and say 35 to 45 price point, G2. Again, I'm saying that we are overwhelmed with the response on G2, thanks to the consumers world over, and definitely India for making the phone #1 smartphone country, right? So classically, this market has room for all price segments. Thus, decline, the statement what you made in terms of the decline on the most premium tier, is a seasonal effect. all of us Indians, are looking forward to some kind of a game changer or what we call innovations in that price point, because there are too many Me Too's existing. So the expectations are now, if I have to shell out 50,000 rupees on a phone, I need to have something which normally people do not carry in abundance or in quantity, right? So that is how the expectations are building up, and this is what could make you see that there's a decline, which is seasonal. For example, tomorrow either us or somebody else brings about something like G2 and price it at say 50k. And surely I can bet upon it's going to rock the market. Okay. So it's all about expectations at that price point.
So when we talk about the G Pro 2, will G Pro 2 will clash with the current market the G2 has as of now, or will it be a different price segment altogether?
G Pro 2
in India.
G Pro 2 is a unique phenomenon of a device by itself, right? If your viewers yourself have read about it, the kind of size of the screen packed into almost zero bezel. It is almost the world's thinnest bezel at 6 inches, right? It's so handy phone. It's a phablet which really fits into your grip so nicely. It is the phone with KitKat. It is the phone with, as I said, amazing camera. So we can't keep the two in the same bracket.
Okay. So, for example, we have also seen the LG Life Band, if I say it correctly. Is it the LG Life Band, we call it, which we saw at the LG Tech Show? Yeah. Right. So, that device is itself, the wearable device which we have seen from LG, is something which most of the people like. And like especially people in India would like to buy that device. But we never see that happening in India at least. So,
Abhishek, unfortunately, I will not be able to comment on that device because that device doesn't belong to the category I represent.
Okay.
It's with our home entertainment division.
Okay.
So they're the right people to comment on that.
Okay. So there is another product which is the LG G Pad, which is quite an old device now.
Yes.
And we have seen that device. I have seen that device multiple times at different events,
That's right.
Including Mobile World Congress 2014. I have seen that. That device is a tablet device, and we do not have any tablets, especially in the market, from LG.
That's right.
So, and that device in terms of the overall build quality, the kind of features it has, the camera it has, is pretty good as well. So, but we never see that as well coming in the market. Is there any problem with the device that it cannot be launched in India? It has some other technologies or anything?
Not really.
What is the main hindrance which is actually stopping
Not
LG?
really. It's not. I won't call it as a hindrance. Just imagine you have 5.7 inches devices, 5.9 inches devices, 6 inches devices, and somebody selling 6.5 inches devices as well. The thin line between so-called tablet at 7 inches or 7.5 inches and a phablet is so thin, right? That doesn't really leaves a room for creating a segment called I would love to play in tablets per se, right? Device G-Pad, wherever it has been launched elsewhere in the European regions or the American region, has been performing very well. However, this again coming to India as a market, there is a flood of devices with 5 inches and above. So the market for tablet itself is not very mature in this country. That's the only reason we were contemplating whether to bring G-Pad or not to bring G-Pad, and finally we said let's not bring G-Pad.
So the G-Pad is not coming to India.
G-Pad is not coming to India, which we have said long back.
Okay. So especially when it comes to the increasing screen sizes, what I see from LG as far as the overall strategy which they have is first they launched the G2, and now the G Pro 2 will come, and then we might see something above that. That is something which I see a trend of. Like, is it something which I am like contemplating wrong or right? If you can comment about it.
They have a lot of experimentation happening world over on the phone screen sizes. There is a statement now, that typically in Asian markets, devices under 4 inches have very less room to play now. For example, well, that's not the case in Europe and America still. right? So the experience says most handy, comfortable phablet to carry should be within 6 inches. That's what the study says, right? So if study is on consumer behavior and their consumption patterns, and as we say, we believe totally on what consumers need or how they behave, how they consume things. I don't think we should differ from that. So I don't want to say you are right or wrong. How do I put it? That basically is 6 inches would be the ultimate size when it comes to phablets.
One more question. This is about the Android version which is coming on the LG devices. Most of the popular LG devices, including G2 and the latest launched L90 and L70. All of these devices have KitKat. So, do we expect to see all the KitKat phones coming from LG in future, including G Pro 2 or any other phone? Because now all the LG devices are ready with the later version of Android. Can we say that?
We have seen KitKat coming up in the budget segment. We have seen G2 getting KitKat update. G Pro 2 whenever comes to India would be with KitKat.
Okay.
So here we announce that we are the company who has brought the latest Android available across price points.
Okay, that's really good. So now to end this, would you like to say something to our readers? Something which they can look forward to, any information which you would like to say through our portal, especially to our YouTube followers, to our website readers, and all those people who follow my website or me. What would you like to say to them as far as LG is concerned? Any new products update or anything which you would like to say to them, which they can look forward to?
First of all, I would love to thanks the viewers of Gadgets to Use to have me with them in quick times. You have been very encouraging because I do read the comments you have been quoting on the gadgetstouse.com. I would only say that please have a first-hand experience of the LG devices. It is very, very easy to read, hear and believe something, and then when you really experience, your feelings do tend to change. So I would really welcome all gadgetstouse.com viewers to please go and experience the L90, the L70, the G2, the G Pro Lite, and I assure you of 3 things. When it comes to display, I am very proud to quote that none of the neighboring phones in the price segment would able to match the LG display. We have the IPS technology used all across phones, whether it is 10,000 product, 20,000 products, 8,000 product or 40,000 product. When it comes to battery, again I would love to very overwhelmingly say to the audience here, please have the battery challenge done at the shop floor with the LG phone in the given segment with any other phone. So we offer you really the experience that matters the most to you, and I think as a smartphone user you look forward to best display, best battery, long lasting battery lives on your phone, and then definitely the best user experience. And we at LG are attempting to ensure that to across the segment of users we offer all these 3 things in the best possible manner. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.